Whoever wants to do the intro,
No.
go ahead. You said it was 41?
Yes.
It's 41. Okay, cool.
All
Hello.
right, well, since no one's...
Welcome. MinusCast 41. Hi.
4, 1. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hello.
It is 41.
We made it.
We've done it.
We did it.
It's only been like 3 months since the last one.
Wow.
It's fine.
It's been so long.
And
We'll turn
when
it
is
to a
this one going up? Who knows?
It'll be a quarterly cast at
Event.
this point.
The quarterly cast. We'll change it to quarterly cast.
Yeah. What has
Leave us
happened in
some-
the last 3 months?
I don't know.
Literally nothing. Well, I mean, I feel like the last 3 months just didn't exist.
I played a
It's
video
gone by
game
so fast.
once or twice.
Were you gonna say leave in the comments what?
Oh, I was gonna say, leave us in the comments some suggestions for topics. We are running out of
Yes.
topics to talk about because
What are we
there's just
talking
been nothing
about?
like recent happenings.
No.
We're just like,
We don't actually hang out ever as friends, so we don't know how to talk to each other.
yeah.
We haven't done a,
Yeah.
we haven't
I
done
don't
a
even know. I don't
podcast
even
in a
feel
while.
like I know these guys.
Who's the
Yeah.
bottom right guy?
Yeah, I'm just like a faceless blue.
Who's that plus fella? Plus
Yeah.
gamer?
Plus gamer.
It's what D-pad looks like in real life, I swear.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him before.
Don't we have a document or something where?
Oh, topics? Yeah, we
Yeah.
should if
Oh,
we
from
don't.
like 4 years ago.
Yeah. I googled gaming news and there was just nothing. So,
We
What
could
do you guys
always
been
fall
up to?
back
What have you
on best
what do
best monkey in gaming. There's always that.
ooh.
True.
What
oh,
have you been-
did
what have
we
you
not
been
do that?
playing?
I thought we did do that.
I don't know. I don't remember.
And the last thing I played was Sonic Forces, so that was.
Ooh,
that
you should tell
was-
us about your 2-month journey of playing through that game and rewriting it.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, the playing through it was a 3-hour experience. So it was really the 1.5 month journey of doing it. It was so funny because I was out of town for a weekend and I was planning on working on a Pokemon video because I'd been doing that for a while. And I was just like, well, I'm out of town. I can't really do anything right now, but I have like my tablet that I can write on, and I've been meaning to do this for a while. So I just got to writing the script, and then when I got home, I was just like, I'm kind of vibing. I kind of want to keep writing this. So like I kept doing it, and then it just sort of snowballed into like, okay, well, whenever I'm done with this, I'll be done with this, I guess. And when I finished, it was that sense of like, well, now what? What do I do now? But I've been working on Nathan and I actually have been working on revamping some of the MinusWorld stuff, thumbnail wise, title wise, in some cases.
Got channel members turned on as well.
We do got channel members
Finally.
turned on. We
Oh.
should shout them out.
Mhm.
Yes.
So can we? There's already a few that have became members. So I think
Yes.
D-pad, you have the list, right?
No, Tetra.
I do.
Tetra, you have the list.
Yes, we got 4 members already. Applause
Let's go.
sound effect.
Claps.
Yay.
Claps.
Applause sound
Applause
Oh,
sound
yeah.
effect too. So we got Black Toad, we got Ultra Mario, we got Tari Blue J9, and Chickpea.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Another
got an
clap.
even split between bagged milk gamers and towel throwing gamers.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I guess since we're on the topic, we should let's very quickly just plug like what exactly the tiers are for those of you that are interested in subscribing. Bagged Milk Gamer, you get a shout out in the video, whether that be through text or us actually saying your name. And Towel Throwing Gamer, you also get that, and you also get member only polls. So we'll occasionally post
Wow.
polls, which probably won't be that useful, but maybe they will. They might be about videos, might just be about dumb shit. We don't really know yet. But the thing, okay, truthfully, I couldn't think of like an actual other tier for the mid tier, like another perk we could actually follow through with doing. I'm like, we can do polls, that's fine.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's probably a good idea to like gauge what people want to see too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what do
Yeah,
you want us to play? What do you want us to like record?
that's kind of
Were
what
we-
I was thinking. Yeah.
Who are we kidding? It's gonna be 90% memes and like 10% something serious.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So for those that are interested, you're welcome to join. I think we have super thanks turned on as well. So if you're enjoying the
Yes.
videos, you just want to support one time, you can drop a super thanks. But anyway, I think that's
If you're
enough
like,
of that.
these nerds don't deserve my money more than once, you can hit that super
Yes.
button and be like, here you
Only
go.
one time.
Only
Here's your
one time.
$2.
Well,
This
I
is
think it's
what
also
you-
important to note that the super thanks highlights the comment, so you could drop your dumbest, funniest comment and be like,
And people will
"This
see
is
it.
so good, people have to see it. I'll pay for them to
That's
see
right.
it."
Yes.
How long does it pin it, or does it like pin it at the top? How does that work?
I don't think it does, because people have done it for my latest video, and
Yeah.
it's sort of down the list, but I don't think it goes away.
I don't think it really pins it, but it does. You make it stand out with like a
Yeah.
special
okay.
like signifier.
The name itself is like highlighted.
Yeah.
So like
Cool.
someone drops like a $10, their name will be like in yellow.
Ooh.
So and it also says how much they dropped too. So yeah, it's
So
actually
if you
pretty
want
cool. I really like
flex
that.
on your on your fellow commenters with like a 50
That's
or
right.
whatever, just be like, hey,
Yeah,
here you go.
that's right. But yeah, there's that. We were talking
Nathan,
about
Nathan, you've
your
been
Sonic
playing Cuphead.
Forces.
Yes.
I've been playing Cuphead. I
How's
just
that going?
finished Cuphead. I did not make a video on it when it came out 3 years ago, and I deeply regret it. Really should have done that.
3 years
So-
ago, almost 5.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Jesus. Anyway, yeah, so I guess 4 or 5 years ago, however long it's been. And, DLC's coming out next month, so I figured might as well do an actual video on Cuphead, but I want to wait till the DLC comes out. So I've played it ahead of time. I've got 2 videos planned for it, which I'm pretty excited about. Plus, obviously, there's still Bandy's universe. It's still a very big priority. I still can't really show anything. However, if you follow my Twitter or just the channel itself, I'm going to be continuing to post teaser screenshots of all the animations we put together. Because we have, I think, close to a dozen unique animations, all with different art styles, whether it's 2D or 3D or a mix of live action and 3D. I'm actually super excited to reveal more and more about it, because things have really been coming together this year, and I'm really, really pumped about it. But that's what I've been up to.
Nice.
What about you, Tetra
Yeah,
boy?
what about you, Tetra?
Oh, I mean, my life's just been poopy ploy time the last couple weeks here.
Has been. Same with Swing.
I was gonna say like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to hear.
No, it's been all right. I mean, like, when did that game come out? Like 3 weeks ago. It doesn't feel like it's been 3 weeks. I've just been like so nose to the grindstone for it that it's just time's just been flying through. And it was like it was really bad timing for me with the release, because I just had a whole bunch of stuff this month on the weekends and stuff. So it's just been absolute grind this month. But I'm almost done. I think my last video is going to be going up this weekend, unless something crazy happens. But I don't want to say I'm happy to put it to rest, but it'll be fun to go back to other stuff again. So kind of looking forward to that. And
Are you an indie horror channel now?
I might as well be, I guess.
you went from FNAF Security Breach for a good month, and then like 2 months later, Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 comes out.
Yeah.
See, like I unironically do enjoy those games, but I do get a lot of comments, people saying like, "Oh, check out this game." But I'm like, I don't really have an interest in a lot of the other indie horror stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like I've seen like Markiplier or whatever play it. It looks cool, but making videos on it, I don't think
There's
that's
not
where I
much
want to
to-
take the channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like Poppy and FNAF, I do actually get enjoyment out of it. I'm not just doing it for the views. Those are a nice bonus for sure. But I do think they're cool experiences. But that's the weird thing. I've only uploaded like 2 Mario videos this whole year so far, which is pretty bonkers.
Wow.
Dang.
It went
It's
from
pretty wild.
pretty consistent to just just for I mean, not, I don't want to say for better or for worse. It's been pretty cool, just even outside of FNAF and Poppy, to explore with other stuff like Lego Star Wars was cool to explore with. Just trying like new stuff on the channel, and it's been going pretty well. So looking forward to kind of just doing other stuff going forward, and yeah, it's been good.
What do you think is
Nice.
the one like non-indie horror, non-Nintendo thing that has done well for you?
Non-indie horror that's done well.
Yeah, non-Nintendo thing.
Non-Nintendo. Well, let me look through my videos. The Lego Star Wars stuff did pretty well. I mean,
That's
it
good.
partly probably was
Yeah.
because it was like right around the time the new Lego Star Wars game came out, which is really good. If you haven't played it, highly recommend. Let's see what else has done really well. Surprisingly, a Pokemon video did okay. I haven't done a Pokemon video in like 2 years. And yeah, outside of that, I've kind of just been diving into a little bit of like speedrunning stuff. So I've just been kind of exploring other games in that avenue as well, which is a little bit different than what I've done in the past. So that's been pretty good too. But looking through, it's mostly indie, not necessarily horror. I guess, is Cuphead indie? Is
At this
Cuphead?
point, probably no.
Yeah, probably
It
not
has a
now,
Netflix
but
show.
It's not
Yeah.
published by any.
well, now it's published by
publisher,
Microsoft, I thought, because Microsoft owns the whole shebang these days.
Do they?
Yeah,
I think they do. Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. But I mean, when it started, I'm pretty sure it was considered indie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It had a lot
Um,
of money behind it, but it was indie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know if Xbox, maybe now they do. I think they just gave them a lot of money for exclusivity for like a 1 year, 2 year
I
term.
think so.
But I don't think
Oh,
they
yeah.
actually like, published it. I don't think they actually like own the rights to it or whatever. But maybe that's changed. I don't know. But yeah,
that up.
that's kind of where I'm at.
What about
Nice.
you? Consume content. How are you doing?
Yes.
Oh God, you mentioned
DPadGamer from
that.
Consume Content.
Well, not to be a bummer, but I've been insanely unproductive for the past looks at wrist, which doesn't have a watch. 2 years?
Okay.
No, but
That's
for
not
real, the
completely
channel
fair.
is in a not so great spot. I do think I need to like make a concerted effort, or rather, I've been thinking about doing a concerted effort to post more often, because I was looking back and like my videos used to be like 6, 7, 8 minutes, and obviously like they bumped slightly up for like the old like 10-minute mid-roll breakpoint. But then I just have videos that are like upwards of like an hour long, and it's like it gets a bit much, especially these days, because I feel like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like I feel like YouTube doesn't push your evergreen / like old content as much, and it's more so about like the newer uploads having the focus, because I don't know why, but it was somewhere around 2020 where they're like, yeah, let's just focus the new stuff. And
I completely understand that, because that happened to me as well. Like I
Yeah.
had like my viewership has dropped 50% in the past like year and a half, because all my evergreen stuff is not pushed anymore.
yeah,
From like 2017 through 2019. So it's probably just like, you know, a video can only last so long. So I guess that's probably what it is, because like even like things in the recommended, are they ever old than like 5-6 years? Like usually
Not really.
it's
no.
newer stuff.
yeah, that's the other thing
Yeah.
is with recommended, because I mostly watch through my recommended, even though I have a lot of subscriptions. I watch so much YouTube that I run out of those subscriptions immediately. And with the recommended, like, I feel like it's gotten worse and worse in terms of variety. And now it'll just show a lot of repeated stuff, even videos I've already watched all the way through. It's just like, yeah, why not watch it again? Like, I know there's stuff out there. It just doesn't want to show it to me. But yeah, I do think that plays into my channel's underperformance right now. But that's not to say I'm like, woe is me, YouTube is murdering my channel. Like, there's other factors that go into it.
Sure.
But while that is sad, I have done other stuff, which is cool. Like, I actually had the idea with my Consume Content channel where to just do a side thing where I talk about media. And I haven't actually been productive with that as of recent, but it's been fun because it lets me mess around with Unreal Engine, and I have been messing around with that a lot more recently, especially because Unreal Engine 5 came out, and that is crazy. It has
Yep.
cool tech to make lighting better and some other stuff I'm not using, and integration with something called mega scans, which lets you have real world objects that have been scanned by the company of that same name, Megascans, which just lets you have all these nice, incredible assets, but for free, and you can just drop them in to your project, which is really cool. And of course, I've been using all of that to do stuff that has no bearing on my main channel. So it doesn't help, but it is fun. It is fun to mess around with that stuff. Of course, I've also been playing games like crazy. I dumped 80 hours into Stardew Valley over the last 3 weeks, and I'm finally making
Whoa.
that into a video.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah. And
Had you never played it before?
no, I had played it, but
Okay.
I looked back. I had 2 farms previously, and both farms were under 20 hours. And in both farms, my relationship with the villagers were nothing except I married Leah and Abigail. So I essentially no-lifed, like stalker moded, farming their reputation, which in hindsight it's sort of creepy, but you know, that's just what I did. But with this file, actually, like I was going through all the stuff. I got to experience the new 1.5 content, and it finally gave me the push to make the Easter egg video that I've been thinking about doing forever, which I guess
Yeah,
is
that's a good
sort
idea.
of good timing, because Stardew
Concerned
with
date.
1.5 is sort of like, that feels like the end cap of content.
I mean, it pretty much is, because Concerned Ape's coming out with like his something chocolatier game.
Haunted Chocolatier, yeah, his
Haunted
next
Chocolatier,
game.
yeah.
So
Willy Wonka.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
One
Willy
can
Wonka
Haunted
game.
Chocolatier.
And also I just started editing videos for MinusWorld, in this small indie channel you might have heard of. Grant's focus has been shifting, and his desire is a little.
Grant. I'm just kidding.
No, but we realized we needed some videos edited, and I was like, hey, my channel do bad, but I can do this on side to help out. So that's what I've been doing. So people say the name Grant in the video, but it might not be Grant. Edit the video.
Yes.
I had that with someone who's like, oh, I can't believe they shouted Grant out even though he missed like eight different call outs, and I was like, no, that was me, sorry.
I think it was the first video you edited that went out, and someone in the comments was like, man, I love the way Grant edits these, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
If only you knew.
Let's just say we had I don't know, 10, 11 videos just sitting in our backlog, weren't getting edited. I think Grant basically, like, he's getting a little burnout on editing, which, to be fair, I mean, it's been 2 years. That's totally understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, it was a lot of backlog. And, you know, thankfully, you know, DPad was like, hey, I'll help, you know, go through this backlog. So there'll actually be a lot of videos that we recorded several months ago coming up pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah, the small race specifically came out, or we was recorded in February, I think, when Elden Ring came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be working through the backlog. It actually has been helping me. Like when I edited that first video, I felt so good. I actually like worked on my starter script like right after.
Nice.
Nice.
It's crazy that like being productive makes you productive. So
Dude,
like,
honestly,
yeah.
on that note, and cycling back to like the Sonic Forces video that Tetra brought up earlier that I did, I really needed that because I'd been getting burned out with the Everything Wrong With 2, and like I really want to get to my Pokemon Gen 3 video, but at the same time I was like, I need to work on something else, and so like I started with the Everything I love about videos. But I mean, those felt it was like a nice distraction. It did make me feel productive, but this one was like a really big video that really reinvigorated, like it felt like one of the first few ever videos that I was making on YouTube, where it's just like, oh, here's an image, let me just pan really quick, or like here's my voiceover and like a few images and that's it. And so like doing that really made me feel like, oh man, okay, I feel creatively rejuiced, I guess. So like doing something else definitely helps fuel that.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, for a lot of us, it can get tiring to do the same thing over and over and over again.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I just rebranded Triggered and Mindblowing to. It's just called The Good and Bad. That's basically the new series, and they're combined together. It's the same kind of video, but the rebrand does make it feel like totally different.
Yeah, I was seeing
nice.
Your post on Twitter that it was received well, like initially, right?
Yeah.
How has it been since?
Was.
Like, are people still vibing with it?
People still like it. Now, I did get some pretty good feedback about how the thumbnails feel a little generic, which I do agree. But at the same time, that was kind of the point, because it's like the Triggered and Mindblowing videos do fine, but they don't reach out beyond just my own audience. Like, I wanted to actually reach out to people beyond my audience, which is why I purposefully made it the thumbnail and the title kind of generic-y. But the video itself, I feel like, does more. Like, it's not just like a review. I mean, it's still the same kind of really quick-witted format where you just kind of go through things really quickly. It's still the same kind of idea. But yeah. I know what it's like to feel like you're trapped doing like the same thing over and over, because I know you've been doing the U's for a long time now.
Yeah.
I've been doing Triggered since 2016. So I was really ready to move on from that, to at least some extent.
Yeah. And it's not like I want to move on from it necessarily, because like I do want to keep doing them, but it's just like I really needed something else.
You gotta do different things sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And something that like felt more mine. And I talked about that in an April Fool's video that I did.
Yes.
That I was like, I don't know. That's a whole bag of beans, but like at some point it wasn't even going to come out, and then I resat down. I'm like, okay, I really just need to like get this off my chest, talk about it. And I told people, and people were like super cool about it, you know, very understanding of where I was coming from that burnout stage. And I don't want people to, because I haven't really uploaded since then, so I don't want people to think that I'm abandoning that idea outright. But I needed something more engaging, I guess, for me as well, because otherwise it just feels very robotic, very machine, like, okay, I can do this, I can whatever. Just very samey.
Yeah, I don't know if you feel the same way. You could tell me, but like I've found with my channel, like I mentioned in the recent scope of things, because I've been in my current era on YouTube, I guess, since 2016, and before that was like I was not doing anything. I had like 1,000 subscribers, and I did shitty Let's Plays of Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty. But in my current era, like, you know, I got going with my Easter egg and glitch stuff, but like at a certain point it started to feel like, and I still feel it, but it's like not even a creative endeavor. It's like I feel like it's like a rehashing of ideas from other on the internet. And it's like,
yes, of course, yeah.
That feeling can start to like wear on you, and
yeah.
I don't know if for you the Sonic Forces, where it's like it feels like I made this. It's a creative thing that I did, and it's original, which is partly why I wanted to make my side channel. But yeah,
in a way it does, but at the same time, like I have been watching a lot of like video essays while I work on other videos, so I think I've been getting a lot of inspiration, a lot of like subconscious tips from that. I don't know if you guys have ever heard like Daryl Talks Games or Super Eyepatch Wolf, I think his name is. Like they've done very essay-like videos. They're like a lot of other channels that don't cover video games, that cover like shows or books or whatever. And they talk about the writing, and they talk about like why, you know, like I read this is very recently because I was still on the fence, like, should I watch Game of Thrones, should I not? And I was like, you know what, I'm probably never going to watch. I'm just going to watch these videos that on a show I've never watched and see like why they're discussing why the final season was so bad, and like learning through, you know, how they carry themselves in their recordings and all that. I think subconsciously tried to in a way emulate that. But no, you're right in a sense that it did feel a lot more mine in a way, which was something that like with the Everything Wrong with it over the years it sort of started to bog me down, that like this is not mine. Like I know that like it feels weird taking credit for this, even though I do credit them all the time. But I mean, and there's sometimes too where I look at your guys' content, I'm like, oh, should I do something similar? I'm like, I don't know, because like I don't want it to, no one owns like a concept or anything, but I also don't want it to seem like, oh, I'm just doing it because everyone else is doing it. And so that's a tough thing to marry, but at the same time, you know, if you can come up with something that you put your own spin on and make it yours, then there's no reason to feel that like mental bogging of non-ownership, I guess.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And that sort of tightrope walk of like letting your feelings, good or bad, be, you know, legitimate, and but also like tempering them and analyzing whether or not they're overboard is like pretty tough. And for me personally, I'm definitely leaning towards like, oh man, my shit sucks, but like I've done a lot of great stuff. a lot of good videos I am proud of. Just got to remember, and yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Tetra, when was the last time you took a break? You've been at it.
Well, I was actually going the week that like right before Poppy came out. That was gonna be my break week, and I took the weekend off. Then I'm like, oh damn. So I think the break ended up being like a 2-day break. But apart from that, probably since I think I took a week break after let me check my schedule here. After FNAF, let's see.
I thought you took a break after the FNAF stuff.
Yeah,
I can remember.
I did. Yeah, like mid February I took a break because I got like sick, and I think I just took a break at the end. Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does February feel like forever ago?
Yeah, that feels like ages ago, dude. FNAF feels like forever ago, and just unfortunately, I don't think I can take many. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I have good momentum right now, so I don't want to take a break, and I'll probably ride it out until Cuphead, and then after a couple of Cuphead videos, I'll probably take a bit off, but
Yeah.
gotta keep going while the going's good.
Do you ever get that sort of
Exactly.
imposter syndrome thing?
Not really. I don't know. I feel like I do enough actual digging myself into stuff. I do get a lot of comments be like, "Oh, this guy just reads off cutting room floor," which to an extent I certainly do. Like if games have been documented like 5 years ago and they're old games, I'm not going to go re-look through everything if it's already there, kind of thing. But on the flip side, I do feel like I tend to do a little bit of, or I personally I feel like I do enough digging for newer stuff when it comes out to. So I don't feel like I'm just like freeloading off other people's work, but certainly I do appreciate all the work other people do on the cutting room floor, and I do try to credit as much as I can.
Yeah.
Do I feel like I have imposter syndrome? I think I used to. I don't think I really do anymore. Probably it's been helping that I have been covering stuff that I've been able to kind of make some discoveries myself, but yeah, I mean it's been good. I can't really say that I feel that way anymore.
Good.
What about you, Nathan? I know your content's a bit different in that it's I feel almost entirely original, right? Like striving for originality.
No, I wouldn't
He
say
said
that.
the thing.
I did. Yeah, you did say the thing. Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I don't think I have imposter syndrome. I mean, maybe I did kind of to an extent when I was making the Is It Possible coin videos. Like, because I remember back in 2018, like, TetraBitGaming was doing them, and then Nico did one. I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to try it. And then that first video, oh my god, it was like 2 million views in a week. It was freaking crazy.
Damn.
Good
So,
times.
at first, I'm like, I feel like I'm just kind of copying them, but, like, they're doing so well, so I kept doing them. And then I feel like when I made the Mario 64 DS without Mario, I'm like, okay, I can do these same kind of videos, but it doesn't have to be just about coins. It can be about, like,
Yeah.
you know, more interesting things. So I feel like once I started to do that, I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm making my own thing. And then the ranked videos, like, yeah, a lot of people do ranked videos. What's interesting is, like, I've noticed a lot of people, I've probably talked about this like once or twice before, but, like, a lot of people tend to, like, kind of copy my thumbnail style in a way, because I'll see a
I've
lot of
definitely
people
seen
do
it, yeah.
ranked videos, because I've been doing these for, like, ever since 2018 as well. And, like, a year or two after that, I'm seeing the green text that says best and the red text says worst on, like, a lot of the ranked videos. And it's not like, so I don't know. That really has nothing to do with the videos themselves, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really have imposter syndrome, I don't think.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's it's okay not to. I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Also,
That was just a random side tangent I just thought of. So yeah.
no, yeah, I feel you. I feel like someone should say the word sus. After saying
Why?
imposter multiple times.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Sorry. No, that's where that plugs in. I feel like also every time we do these, I go back into my mind palace and realize, oh dear God, I spend way too much time on X. And last time it was I spent too much time on video games. And you're like, oh yeah, I've watched like so many content creators who do like video essays. I'm like, yeah, I've watched them. I've watched literally all of like Joseph Anderson's like 8 hours of The Witcher.
Jeez.
And
Oh my god.
yeah, he did a series on The Witcher, and I think it's over 10 hours total. And like watching Mike's Mike discussing Pretty Little Liars, which I will never watch, but I watched the whole series of that.
Yeah. See, with stuff like that, I always look at the runtime. I'm just like, ugh. It's like the meme that's like, oh, I'll never watch like all the Marvel movies. That's like 10 plus hours of movies, but like you'll gladly watch like 5 seasons of whatever like Netflix show. I'm the
Yeah.
exact same way, where it's like I look at a 3-hour video, I'm just like, oh, dude, that's like 3 hours. But 2 1.5 hour long videos. That's for me. That's definitely like I'll put that on while I'm working.
Hell yeah.
The thing is like you're so lucky you get to draw so much because
Oh,
you can
yes.
actually listen to those things. I'm writing 80% of the time. I can't listen
Yeah.
to anything,
I
so
think-
my backlog is huge. For,
Yeah,
like
I think that
YouTube and movies.
That's what I, dude. But honestly, it's like almost the opposite problem because like it's kind of like what Sam said earlier. You kind of run out of things too to like listen to on YouTube because that's the thing I really dislike the most about because I can't really dedicate my time to actually watching the things. I mostly listen to it while I'm like drawing or when I'm doing whatever. But like when I'm editing or when I'm script writing, it's just like I can't do that. And so, you know, everyone's brain works differently, and mine, unfortunately, is of the kind of mind where it's like it needs to be engaged all the time. That's why, like, when I'm drawing, I need to be listening to something. When I'm editing, I need to, you know, have something playing in the background. Otherwise, like, I'm just like, I'm bored. Even though
stimulate my mind.
Yeah, stimulate my mind, please.
Oh,
Mario Kart streamer 123.
Oh yeah, I have to have the content equivalent of chew 5 gum constantly. Otherwise, it's that me of like if I'm not constantly like engaged with some sort of content, then like my brain will make a thought, and that's a terrible thing. Like
yes,
it's kind of silly how much of my time is just spent watching stuff, which is partly why with my side channel I was like, why I wanted to call it consume content. It's like that's literally all I do, and but it's ironically a place for me to actually think critically about the content I consume, which is something I feel like I don't always do, which is not good. But but yeah,
it's just garbage.
Yeah, maybe that's why my recommendations are so messed up because I've watched all of YouTube and I've run out of channels.
Every single YouTube video, I've watched them all.
Every video.
Ask me about anything.
Oh,
gotta rewatch MinusWorld videos.
Yeah.
On
yeah. I uninstalled TikTok.
Whoa,
that's like an
probably a good
incredible
thing.
achievement, but I did it.
Hit or miss?
I guess it.
Oh
never
dear
missed.
God. Talk
That's
about
ancient. That feels like 5 years ago, and TikTok's only been around for like what? 2
yeah,
years?
that was a decade ago. Holy shit.
It's
Yeah.
funny you uninstalled it because there's been a couple people that have been telling me like you got to start uploading your stuff on TikTok. I'm like, I can't. If I install that app, I will waste so much time on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
both are true. I mean, it's true you will waste time, and it's also true that it's a good place to upload your stuff.
Yes,
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Are you still going
Especially-
on that, Tetra? On TikTok?
Every once in a while. I'm trying not to make it just a dumping ground for videos I post on YouTube, but just like redone. So I try to sprinkle in some original stuff. But every once, like I'm not like dedicated to it. It's kind of just like a hobby thing for
That's
me. So it's
fair.
like, when
It's
it's
kinda-
there,
If
it's there.
they
You're not
if
Nico,
they
is
allow
what you're
10-minute videos,
Yeah.
Yeah, they
What's that?
recently bumped up the time you can have videos.
Oh yeah.
So
I
you
don't-
can't have really long videos now.
I wonder how that's
Really?
doing because it's like I guess you have to go out of your way to search for those. I don't think those pop up like on the feed, and if they do, I don't know how many people go to TikTok to sit down and watch a 10-minute video.
Yeah, I mean, I know
yeah.
personally before I uninstalled it, which was last night or the night before, I felt like I came out of a fugue state and that moment of clarity, and I was like, gotta delete it before I regret, like before I not
keep going.
yeah,
You're fiending already.
Dude, it was like an application on the front of my like home screen, and
Yeah.
now there's
Oh, wow.
a blank space there, and I've clicked that blank space, not thinking of like just like muscle memory too many times to count. So it's probably good that I'm not there. But when I was watching, yeah, I did watch upwards of 3-minute long videos, and there are some pretty engaging stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like having it be a dumping ground for your content or totally original stuff there, it's crazy either way because like there are creators on there that are doing well for themselves, maybe not necessarily financially, but like in terms of growing an audience, and they maybe even if they're only posting 30-second stuff, like it's like 8, 9, 10 videos a day. It's like insane the amount of like
lot.
output. I couldn't
Yeah.
fathom 10 ideas to post in a day.
So one of the animators for Bandy's universe, his channel is TikTok is Camtoonist, and he has like
Yes.
400,000 followers on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
You've
he posts
definitely
like
seen him, Tetra.
you've probably seen his videos, and
Yeah,
he
I
just saw
posts
it-
a lot on TikTok, like 3 to 4 times a week. And he's doing 3D animations, like that's
Oh, yeah.
Is that the guy that
So-
did the animation for your newest video?
He did, yes.
That was so
he did
cool.
He did that in like 5 days because he already had a lot of the assets. So it was mostly just rigging the models together. And that turned out really good. The thing he's working on for Bandy's universe is fantastic. Super excited for everyone to see that. So
It looks amazing.
yeah.
TikTok also added stories somewhat recently.
That
Which I
seems
don't
really
get.
weird.
That is
It does,
Yeah.
yeah.
That doesn't
like,
make
there's
sense.
That doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, well, the stories are weird, especially
strange.
because right now, so they have like a tag that says stories, and they always have a progress bar at the bottom, which is nice, but they pop up in people's feeds, even though I don't think they're supposed to, which is weird.
That
But
makes
they-
no sense. What's the difference between that and a video?
I don't know. But they also added a video where it's just like a slideshow. And it sounds weird, but like some of them are funny because they if you just let it play, like it has a default play speed where the images flip through. It's like you could have a perfect meme of just images and it like syncs to the audio. But the
Interesting.
second you start swiping, it ruins it completely. And it's just
Yes,
it's
by
a
the
very
way-
weird feel to it. So
They should add a history feature. That's what they need, not a story feature. Like I hate scrolling and then
Yeah.
accidentally just like, oh, that funny video. Where did it go?
yeah, I mean,
It's
Never
gone
find it
now.
again.
some people
What I've
have...
started doing,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, 'cause before I think you could just like a video and then it would get stored in your likes, but I think recently
Yes.
they added where you can like save it into like your own like kind of playlists that you,
can
make for certain
playlists,
videos.
Which I think
so
is
I've been
great.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
you
been starting
can
to do that. It's
favorite
like-
TikToks.
Yeah, so I've been starting to like categorize them into like recipes or funny videos or sounds that I want to use for my own TikTok later,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, a big like when it comes to the creator side, I was posting a TikTok. I post like 10 of them, so I didn't get that far into it. But I've seen some creators do a great job of like having some of their pinned videos be like really relevant stuff that people are probably going to their profile to check, and otherwise having like different playlists. But even with playlists and the pinned stuff and whatnot, it is a trash heap trying to find an old video. Especially if they're doing their job and having them have like engaging first frames or like a custom thumbnail or whatever, it's like impossible to find it because there's no like search by title or anything. Like
Yeah.
you have to just scroll through and find the one where often this person is looking at the camera in the same way in like 30 of these and like find the right one. Which is frustrating because there are some content creators on there where it's like say they do like skits related to like D&D or gaming or something like that that'll like and be like, oh, that's awesome, I want to go back, but like how the hell do I find more of that? It's like it's just
Yeah.
really hard to browse. Which
You
is
look up D&D and then you get like 30,000 different results and you're like, it's none of these.
it's also frustrating because the platform is doing so insanely well in terms of bringing viewers in that it's like, God, I wish it sucked less, like functionally.
Yeah. I wish you could use it on your PC, honestly. It's like
you
I couldn't
can, but the
imagine.
interface sucks.
Yeah.
No, like being able to upload stuff on there.
You can.
Mm.
You
Can
can?
you?
Yeah. That's normally how I would do it. Just because like
Oh.
I would edit them down on my computer. I'm like, I don't want to
Oh.
transfer them into my phone. I'll just go to the site and then like upload it through there. It's
Okay. Yeah. When I had done
kind
it,
of less of a hassle.
I had to do it through BlueStacks for like
Oh.
like PC emulation, which
Yes.
Oh wow.
isn't the best way to do it, but it is functional because I don't know
Yeah.
if at the time that the like actual website was letting you upload stuff. But yeah, dude, why does I wish TikTok wasn't a thing.
Well, it's not on your phone anymore.
Yes, no, I also
worry
mean
about
because of how it's pushed shorts on YouTube. I hate trying to watch a short on YouTube because like I can never get to the description or find the title of the video because it's like it refuses.
I feel so stupid because like I almost repudiate shorts on YouTube because it feels weird. Because I know a lot of them are just like re-uploads from TikTok or whatever, but it's almost like ugh. The same way that like on Instagram or something that you'll watch it and be like, this is wrong. I know this is from TikTok. I should be watching this on TikTok, even though it doesn't matter. But like, I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah, go
had
ahead.
to do a quick search of what repudiate means. Thank you,
Like,
Google.
exactly.
What does
like,
that mean?
You're just like
To
it feels
refuse to
gross.
accept.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me, dude, there are so many random meme accounts on TikTok, and I feel
Yes.
like I just committed a crime whenever I like one of those, and then I have to like go back and take back the like when I realized it's not actually an original upload. It's like,
Oh, you didn't make this.
this was incredible
Disgusting.
content, but also it's not yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's no watermark.
Yeah, which reminds me, why are channels on YouTube just allowed to like upload movie trailers? Like that's
That's
just
a good question. I don't know.
there's just
that.
so many of those. Like I get like probably like IGN is owned by Viacom or some garbage, but like
You know, it's really interesting that you say that because there's this one channel that's been showing up on my recommended recently in like the past month, and I don't know, like no shade toward them. I'm not gonna mention them by name, but it's so weird that they have been uploading nothing but Sonic 2 content, clips from the movie, trailers from the movie, shorts associated with the movie, and it's just like. They're allowed to be up, and I'm like, how? You know, like I would get it if it was transformative, but it's just straight up like just scenes from the movie, and it's like
yeah, I've seen so many from recent Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger of like this like ugly Sonic scenes and whatnot just being posted, and it's like
I've been seeing that too. Yeah.
those are funny, and I have clicked on them, which I do sort of regret a little bit, but also it's just like, okay, I guess that's just a viable thing for them to do because they're not getting taken down. I assume a lot of that stuff, if it's not being licensed or they have the rights, that it's getting copyright claimed, so they're not making the revenue. But it's just kind of silly how there's channels out there where seemingly they can boost their channel's performance by just uploading some shit they don't own, which seems kind of silly.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, even if they get views and subs, the views are probably unmonetized. The subs they get won't watch stuff after the fact.
Yeah.
If they ever do upload anything original. So it's kind of like, okay, you might get 100,000 subs, but if your videos end up getting like 200 views, you really haven't accomplished anything.
True. That is the honestly. Rational and like the rational part of it.
Thought
that
process.
my dumb lizard brain seeing the big numbers and being like jealous and angry.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, they got the big stuff. I want the big stuff. They don't deserve the big stuff.
I completely get that. It's so funny.
I think that goes back to like the whole imposter syndrome thing. Cause like, sure, you can get a bunch of views, but like you didn't really do anything to earn them. Like if it's not transformative, you're literally just getting views that Paramount would have gotten. You're getting it on their behalf pretty much. Yeah. And I'm sure they're monetizing it.
Yeah. Because I think that's an element to it as well, is that like because of what we do, we always do it in good faith and we try to do everything to get them monetized. So when we see someone's content just up, we're just like, oh, they're making like whatever, however many views. We only see the views. We don't think about like, oh, this video is probably not even monetized toward them, or if it is, it's not going toward them.
And it's also a big part with me is the time investment of like my videos where like I know I spent like hundreds of hours on this and it did this poorly, while they put probably maybe 30 seconds to an hour of effort and they got that many. It's like, it's not a fair comparison, but it's still a comparison.
Not even 4K downloader and like had it in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's a very silly thought process, but it's a thought process that I find myself going down nonetheless. It's just one of those cases where you gotta pull yourself back and analyze whether or not this is a valid, place to think, or a valid source of frustration or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've actually been like the victim of that even further fold. I've had a few people pretty much re-upload my videos in the last week.
What?
So I've been handing out takedown notices this week.
Damn.
If it's like a small channel, and I'm not saying it's okay, but like if it's like someone has 10 subs and they do a reaction, it's whatever. But this channel, like 1.1 million subs, different language. I don't know exactly which language it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they not only did they not credit me, but they like covered up my footage with like stuff to make it seem like their own. And I can't understand language, so I don't know if they made the same jokes that I did or not. But like, I was like, that goes back to what you said. Like, I put a decent amount of work, like getting the footage, getting the files open, all that stuff. And this guy just, 4K video downloader, and add some commentary to it and ship it out. So that's the thing. Like, you put a bunch of work and then someone just downloads it. And I guess that goes to the whole. I mean, even reactions are different because I feel like reactions, at least they kind of add something to it. And they usually credit. Not everyone does, but this it's just like if this person credited me, I'd feel a little bit better. Still, he has double the subs and got 3 times the amount of views that I did. So obviously it stings a little bit more because I'd say almost all the work and he just freeloaded off of it.
Yeah. I've had one blatant example of that myself where my Minecraft history video did really well. I really proud of it, and I tried to have it taken down and I couldn't. This random channel in Japanese took the whole video. I think zoomed in and cropped some bits because I have usually like my blue scrolling D-pad background because that's just like how I do my stuff. So they zoomed in, added a little bit over it, their own voiceover, and it's like millions of views in Japanese. And I was like, this is all my footage, and you could see like the transition from this to this, and you could see like everything. And like I listed all that stuff, and I sent in a request, and YouTube just said nah. And it's like, okay, well, I guess they're just allowed to completely rip off a video and just get away with it because it's another language.
How did you guys find out about that?
In my case, it was the automated. Well, actually, no. I think a comment. Someone was like, "Hey, I was watching and this video in Japanese. I think they took your stuff." And in that case, that's how I found it out. I don't know about you, Tetra.
Well, the one I talked about actually came from another one. So I sent a takedown notice to another video, which was again another re-upload, pretty much with some commentary. Again, I can't understand it, so it's tough to say if it is genuine commentary, like a reaction, or if they just pretty much translated what I said into a different language. The one he was like very apologetic. He's like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "Thank you for giving me 7 days, not giving me a strike, whatever." And then he essentially snitched on this other guy. He's like, here's this other guy. He also used a bunch of your footage and didn't give you credit. And I was like, okay, thank you for letting me know. Because like, I guess the YouTube copyright system obviously doesn't pick everything up, especially probably in different languages. And obviously he did his due diligence to like crop stuff to make it seem like it's not my footage. But it definitely is. So, and I don't know. I think it's going to be an uphill battle, especially with a channel that has 1.1 million subs. Obviously, YouTube has a lot less to lose just taking down a video from a smaller channel. But if it's like a massive channel and you try to copyright, I mean, we'll see. I think it's still under review. I don't think it's been fully because it's like the video before was like the whole video was like it was 100% match. This one, it's like I had to do the timestamps because it was only a certain section of the video, and it's like in a different order. So I don't know if YouTube's automated system will link it up that it's like the same video because it's kind of split up. But I don't know. Again, if it was a smaller channel, I wouldn't get too upset about it. But since it is a bigger channel that got a bunch of different views, I will escalate it if I have to. So I'm ready to buckle down and see where it goes.
Yes. You gotta do the Swanky Box method where you just add a big old border. Yeah,
Swanky. That's the thing. It's like it sucks that it has to come to that because it's like it is pretty obtrusive, but like
it is.
I'm sure it does. I was talking to Swanky yesterday. And like I think he said some people still kind of do it every once in a while, but probably does help because then someone can't just download the footage and slap it in their own video because it's almost completely covered with a watermark. So it's too bad that it has to come to that, but it's just and again, like reactions are one thing, but if people just freeload, re-upload, and essentially make content out of nothing and especially if they don't even credit, it's like
freebooting is the term I usually
they know better. Like, I mean, if they have 1 million subs, they know better. They shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
If it's some guy with 100 subs, it's probably just like an 8-year-old that likes your video. You know?
Yeah.
At least that's how it is for me. Like most of my copyright claims are like it's like an 8-year-old or a 12-year-old or something. They're just watching the video, and sometimes they just re-upload it. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, if I see it as like 8 views, I'm like,
it's okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at like 3 I have right now. Like one of them has 19 views, one of them has 25. Like I don't care. Like it's whatever. That's no skin off my back. But the funny thing is, for whatever reason, I have one of my videos has a 100% match with a video game donkey video.
What?
Yeah,
but it definitely. I looked at the video and it definitely is not the same content. But I'm just keeping it there because I'm like, I have the power. I can attempt to strike down video game donkey.
I mentioned before, my channel used to be a bunch of Let's Plays, most of which these days are unlisted, but that doesn't stop them from popping up in that. So I have like 6 pages worth of like, this is 100% match of like Banjo-Tooie cutscenes in my Let's Play. And I'm like, no, that is not my stuff. That like, I will go through and like you can't even like remove it, you just archive it. So like archive. And it's just frustrating because it's like, what if someone copied my actual stuff and it just lost in these pages? But now to bring a wholesome example of someone stealing my content, but not really
wholesome example.
No. When I made my glitches in ukulele video, which I still think ukulele sucks. Just throwing that out there. I got to make sure that they know. I covered a glitch where you could like break out of the game in helicopter by using some stupid stuff. And it got like that screenshot got credited, like they even credited my name and everything, and you could clearly see it's mine also because of the border, but like they did list me by name, but it was in a Spanish gaming magazine. It just randomly popped up and one of my viewers was like, oh my god, I just saw this in like a gaming magazine, and they had a screen grab of like the page, and I was like, yeah, I've been in print technically. It's not gonna help me get Twitter verified, but it's it's a small like feather in my cap, which I always think back to.
That's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Talked about a lot of things today.
We did.
If that was relevant to any of you guys watching, and it was a lot of YouTuber talk.
Yes.
We'll probably title it like 4 YouTubers talk about YouTube.
Yes. 4 YouTubers versus YouTube.
If you
Let us know what you
want to
think.
know, like what goes into the everyday lives of people who do the things that you watch for entertainment, there you go.
I was gonna say, if you want to support the channel, leave a like, maybe subscribe, but also become a member.
Yo, become a bagged milk gamer?
Super
Bagged
thanks,
milk
gamer.
or even a towel throwing gamer.
You could become either
Pretty
one
epic.
of them.
Can't wait till we make a Noise gamer and Grant's birthday gamer and
Yo, Grant's birthday gamer. We gotta do that tier next.
That has to be like the
And-
$50
and
redo.
oh no, look at the top of his head, gamer.
Epic troll gamer, but it's like $100 and you just get nothing.
Problem gamer.
Problem?
Oh no.
All right, this has been episode 41. We hope you enjoyed it,
That's wild.
Yes.
and we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you shortly.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye bye.
See ya.